and welcome to BAzz Talk, a podcast about business analysis from different perspectives and how to continuously evolve in the profession while keeping yourself sane. Your hosts today are Sophie and
and Anna. And today we will talk about trends of 2021 and how they will affect our business analysts' life from our perspectives.
so shall we start?
We shall.
Let's go. So we've prepared several trends, each of us, and I would like to start with the one called digital nomadism. What it is. So digital nomads will be a very trending word in 2021, and it even started to be trending back in 2022. But me personally, before doing this research, I didn't hear about this word at all. But basically, digital nomads are people who are location independent. They usually work in IT or other professions that allow them to just perform their job and earn their living just by having their laptops and connection to internet. So I think with working from home and remote world now, we are all kind of a digital nomads, all people who work in IT. So that's directly related to us. And obviously in 2021, we will continue work from home for hopefully not the entire year, but no one can tell us for sure at this point. That's why we need to keep getting better and better with working from home. We definitely learned something back in 2020, but I think the biggest impact that it has on business analysis profession is that we all are remote from our teams, we are remote from our customers. It's very hard, I would say, to kick off new projects when you haven't met no one from the team, from the clients before, when you have to perform the discoveries, when you need to build relationships with your team, with your stakeholders, and definitely there will be more and more needs to have strong facilitation skills, strong social or soft skills as we like to call them, strong time management skills, because I would say that remote discoveries, they take much more time than the real ones when you are on site and together in a room with your clients and with your stakeholders. So to summarize, I think we will be staying at home for who knows how long more, and we need to really work on our facilitation skills and find new creative ways to conduct productive meetings, and also to keep and maintain those boundaries between work and home, because I think in the latest months they got pretty blurred.
Good one. Actually, I want to add here that we can have a separate podcast on how to make our work from home even better from business analyst perspective, and share tips and tricks how to make discoveries better, like even if you're working from home remotely from a team. So just please, if you're interested in that topic, leave a comment down below.
Know. We are happy to do that.
Yeah, so good one. One thing that might be actually interesting in here in the digital nomadism, that's actually not every country allows you to work out of the country. Like for instance, so right now I'm living in Poland, and I know that in Poland there is a rule that you can only work in Poland even though we are working from home. So I cannot go to Ukraine and work from Ukraine like officially, because according to regulation it's not right.
Yeah, I think it has to do with the salary rate. Probably in different regions salaries are different, the standards for the salaries are different. So if you, for example, want to work for I don't know, some Silicon Valley company but live in Ukraine, which will be very convenient in terms of finances probably, I'm not sure that's straight away available at this point, but I'm sure that right now companies are more and more becoming to open their how would you say, doors for people from other regions that they've never worked before, just because you really don't need to
Yeah.
sit in Silicon Valley to work for that company.
Yeah, true. Going back to trends, like my first trend will be certification, and like by that I mean more accessible certification, because previously back in 2019 we have a situation, if you wanna in Ukraine get a certification like CBAP, you need to have 35 professional development units. To earn these units you should either collect them over some long period of time, or you can go for the training for that particular certification and get those professional development units there. But those training were offline, and in order to get those certifications, get those training, you need to go either to Kiev, or you need to monitor continuously situation in Lviv when this course will be in Lviv. And therefore it was like kind of hard time, like, because like I remember that when I saw that there is like one last place in the group in Lviv, I go for it, and I was lucky enough to get it. But I know that a lot of friends of mine, like my colleagues, were, for them that it was a showstopper, that they need to go to the Kiev and so on. And right now in 2022 I saw that all of those training that previously was only offline go to online, so you can pick up whatever trainer you like, whatever company you like, whatever is more affordable from the price perspective, even though the prices are mostly the same. So still you have more choice right now, and it's better from the time perspective, it's better
From all
like
perspectives,
from
yeah.
like from all perspectives. And another thing that also, like in 2022, as we know, IIBA, like International Institute of Business Analysis, allow passing certifications actually online. So again, back in 2019, I need to go to Kiev, to the training center, to the certification center, sorry, and pass the certification there. Like right now, it's getting more easier because you can sit at home just with your camera and pass certification easily. Like here, I'm talking mostly about IABA so far certifications, but also I'm considering that there is other different options about online training and certifications. For instance, I'm really interested in training from Mike Kahn, which previously again was only offline, and for that training you need to go to the London or Birmingham, and right now I can just join group online and got a certification from Mike Kahn in product ownership, for instance. So that's really amazing opportunities. And actually I think that the more people get certified, it's actually the better. And like, well, I like learning process, so I like certification as a good kind of cherry on top of the cake, you know. And like getting certified in the future will be really important, because this will, as always, give you some market difference.
Yeah, I totally agree. To be honest, I think certifications are also kind of a topic that can cause a lot of discussions. So some people believe they're
Yes.
needed, some people just totally don't believe they're needed, and that's just the way of making monies for organizations. So I think that's a good topic to highlight, even in a separate podcast. So if someone would like to listen about that in more details, please also let us know. But me personally, I agree with Anna. Before, maybe when during my early years in business analysis, I didn't really understand the value of certifications, and I was kind of skeptical about them. But at this point of time, I'm preparing to CBAP certification myself, and I have a couple more that I would like to get in future as well. So yeah, definitely certifications will be trending as they were before, and now even more, because I think was the blurred borders and boundaries. So now we all kind of in the same boat, in the same situation to prove that your professionalism. I think the certification will be one of the key factors there. So that's a good one. Totally
Yeah,
agree. Yeah.
totally. Totally.
So let's move to the next one then. The next one I've prepared is cybersecurity. We hear about cybersecurity a lot in recent years, and it's becoming more and more crucial, I think, and significant for every business. But just in 2020 itself, we heard about major amount of cyber attacks and hacker attacks on the biggest companies, including Google, Microsoft, Tesla, you name it. I think a lot of top companies got some sort of either security breaches, data leaks, or hacker attacks. And there are lots of interesting reports in the internet if you're interested to learn more. But I was impressed while researching this topic. So, how does it impact business analysis? I think with that happening in the world, and I'm sure in 2021 we will see much more even hacker and cyber attacks and data breaches. I think we as business analysts should be very well informed and educated on how to properly work with those non-functional requirements, including security requirements, and we need to understand them in as good level probably as maybe a solution architect, maybe a little bit less, but we should definitely be able to contribute and see the gaps. If we're developing some system, we need to be able to identify if we are covering at least the basics. We need to know how to ask those questions. We need to be educated and informed. And continuing the topic of certifications, IIBA recently has also opened a new type of certification called Certification in Cybersecurity for Business Analysts. So if you're wanting to get one certification, you don't know which one, that might be the one for you, because you will never go wrong with this one. Oh, sorry, my dog being loud.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree with you here. And just one more thing I'd like to add here, that the data and privacy landscape will change immensely in next couple of years. And from my research, like with maybe what I can see from what's Google doing is that they already try to eliminate all third-party cookies by 2022, and also Apple introducing new intelligence tracking prevention systems and so on. So business analysts will need to keep a track on all of those changes and understand how to incorporate this in the requirements.
Yeah, most definitely.
Cool. Okay, the next one goes from me is actually, it's not a new trend, it's virtual reality and augmented reality. So if previously years those technologies were like rather the buzzword and everyone wants to move there and do something there, but still people do not use it much often, because we do not have so much need in using like virtual or augmented reality in our lives. But with the COVID and with the fact that we are actually staying more at home, like having more real experience through the virtual reality or augmented reality gets more and more sense. So worldwide spending on augmented reality and virtual reality is forecasted to accelerate out of the pandemic, and the growth will be like super huge. So if this year we spend about 12 billions, then 12 billion, so to 2024 it's predicted that it will cost 72.8 billions in a year. So the growth will be about 54% annually. So it's really something that will immerse more and more. And for instance, already majority of brands, retailers, and other businesses began realizing that VR technologies
Yeah, I
is something that you need to make use of in order to sell the products actually, and in order to get more people involved in some social activities, for instance, I don't know, going to concert halls or something. So business analysts will really need to learn this technology, because currently, like, I know really few people who knows how it works and how what's requirements there.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I can see how those how we will evolve with time in 2021, and probably even further down the line. As we are staying at home, we are shop virtually. We don't go out with our friends anymore. So I can totally see how virtual reality and augmented reality will slowly but surely substitute some aspects of that life that we had, and mainly in shopping. Let's say if some items you can buy, like shoes, you just know your size and you can try them at the delivery point, but there are some items that you would like to try actually before you buy. And I think that's the excellent also point or aspect where virtual reality and augmented reality can be used, just to have those virtual avatars of your parameters that can try on this virtual items you want to buy and see how they fit you or don't fit you. So yeah, I can totally see how lots of VR AR related projects will start to kick off in our industry, and we need to definitely be prepared. And it's always good to be one of the first ones to enter that big new trend or chunk of work that will have to be done eventually. And me personally, I don't really know much about VR except of what it is. In terms of technology, it's just a total black box for me, and I think for most people. So yeah, I think looking into some basics of how it works will be very, very useful and beneficial for everyone.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's something, guys. If you're still not knowing what's VR, what's augmented reality, it's worth to take a look into it, because it's not just e-commerce. It will be everywhere, and it will be also in entertainment business, in learning business, and so on. So we'll see how it gets
Yeah,
there
exciting.
in the next year.
Yeah, so my next trend is related to automation, and automation was happening for a long time before this year. But in this year, I think what will be trending is the white-collar automation. So basically, what I mean under this, businesses were already doing a lot of revisiting and rethinking of their business processes in order to exclude human factor as much as possible, in order to avoid errors, cut costs, and just be more productive and efficient. And we've seen that happening in a lot of industries, like autonomous vehicles that can drive by themselves, supply chains, manufacturing. So that already has been happening a lot. White collar automation, meaning that in 2021 we will possibly see some parts of jobs like doctors, like lawyers, and potentially like analysts. Some parts of their jobs can be also automated and replicated by machines.
No.
That's what trends say,
No.
and I don't believe it will impact. Like the impact will definitely not be that huge that we will not need doctors or lawyers or analysts anymore. But I think that routine part of their work, like keeping documents or analyzing some data, can definitely be aided by AI or machine learning or other algorithms. So yeah, I think that will be the trend, and we should, again, improve our skills, the skills that cannot be replaced by machines, in order to stay competitive. Because if you only do, I don't know, data analysis in Excel that can be done by algorithm, probably in some years you will be replaced.
You know what? Like, I think honestly, there is nothing in that world that could actually replace the Excel. Like, honestly, like, I will be those kind of old-fashioned people who will use it at any cost and all times.
I
Uh,
believe that,
like, I really hope that it will
Anna,
still
I don't
stay
hear you.
supported. But another thing that it can evolve even more that it is, it's already a robust system, and we can see some more things from machine learning there. So I would definitely agree that we need to look into machine learning and understand it, how it works, because it's the part of AI that is here, let's say, already. So, okay, moving next. So my next trend will be about, like, let me pick up one because I have still two and I'm considering which one is better. So let's go with accessibility. So honestly, web accessibility, it's not something completely new. It's not something that was like never known before, but starting now, I think it's something that each analyst, like each and every one of us, need to learn, no matter in what domain we are working on right now, so working at, but like for everyone, because like each product that we are having in the web and which is widely used by the wide audience needs to be accessible. Keeping in mind that there is like kind of, now we know that there is a standard and we try to follow the standard. We know that there is different approaches how to ensure that accessibility works for your web product, like just by following approach or using third-party tools and so on. But like the idea is that it's already not enough. Like, you need to understand in depth how it works, so make sure that you're compliant. That's it. That was short one from me. Wait for it. What's happening? No way, no way, no way. I was muted. Okay. Like, the trend of 2021 is like, guy, you like, or girl, you're on mute. So that's what's happening to us right now. Okay, let me.
All right, my next trend will be not such a new thing that we've never heard about before, but will definitely be trending in 2021. So it's AI, machine learning, data analysis, and big data. It's all kind of interrelated in some point, and we heard those buzzwords a lot. Some of us know what it is, some of us have no idea what it is, but it's like they say it's like teen sex. So everyone talks about it. No one knows how to do it, but everyone says they're doing it. So it's exactly the case with those trending words. And I think with the amount of data we're receiving these days, we've learned how to capture it. We're now learning how to better make use of it in order to make better business decisions and to give businesses insights on how to build their strategies. It's crucial for BAs to also understand at least how to make use of data available and how to get some business insights from it. So you don't need to be like machine learning specialist or big data specialist, but at least to understand the basic operations with data is crucial. And I think there's already tons of info in the internet, tons of free and paid courses where you can at least get a basic understanding of manipulations with data. And here I will totally agree with Anna that Excel doesn't go anywhere. We still use it, we still love it, it's still great, and there is nothing better than that, especially for data analysis. Of course, there are much more advanced tools now available, like Tableau or Power BI or Spotfire, or you name it. But old good Excel for starters can be really serve you really well. And returning to the certification topics, IABA also provides a certification for business analysts in data analysis. So if that's your thing, if you feel that you really like it and you want to become more and more proficient in that direction, I think it's worth considering the certification as well, just to prove your level.
Yeah, totally agree. But here I just want to add one thing. So even before I start learning all these data related things, it's really important. The number one thing to learn is the difference between like machine learning, data analysis, big data, business intelligence, because I feel that sometimes people confuse those terms and do the like confuse the terms actually, and that's the big problem. Like it's like a big issue because it's like talking about big data, and that big data is business intelligence, and it's like
Well,
totally the same. um, that's a bit a tricky thing to understand these small differences and understand like where to use what and like general things. So yeah, but in general it's the trend and it's something to learn and
yeah, so
take
definitely to
an
your
eye on.
point, it's definitely worth making yourself a little bit more aware of what those things are, just to be a little more literate and not confuse those terms. Because if you're confusing them, you obviously don't know what
Yes,
that means.
yes. And that was actually the last trend in our list for today. In general, there is much more trends that we would like to talk about, but guys, please let us know if you like this format, if you like the trends, if you would like to speak about some specific trends which you know about it. Tell it about us in the comments down below. And
Yeah, we would very much like to know if you like this format, if you like the trends we were talking about in this video, because to be honest, there are so many trends and it was very hard to choose just these 6 months that we wanted to present to you, but we didn't want to bore you with our first
yeah,
episode. So let
and
us
share
know.
it with
We're
your
very curious to hear your
friends,
feedback.
subscribe to our channel, and see you next time. Have a great 2021. Bye. Bye.
Bye bye. Till next time.